Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Nakia Pleasant. Thanks for stopping by, sis. Today I want to talk about how to style your own photo shoot or like produce your own photo shoot. It's something I like to do as a hobby. Also, it's like what I kind of went to school for. I majored in fashion styling at Academy of Art University. Just a little background for you guys. And you guys may or may not have seen my mood board video. If you have not, go ahead and check it out after this. But I wanted to rewind a little bit from that video and start with like the bases and go step by step with you on how to produce a photo shoot. This will run a little bit fast because I'm not going to go in depth into each single detail. So the rundown that I'm going to give is more so like producing your own photo shoot, like a test shoot. And a test shoot is basically when a crew gathers together, or you and your creative friends gather together to kind of create for you guys' portfolios. And that's about it, so that you guys can create the work that you want to get hired for. This is a little rundown, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions after this video, go ahead and leave them down in the comment box below. If you aren't following me on Instagram, you can go ahead and do that and ask me any questions you have on there as well. Whew, that was a lot. That was a lot. Step one is to do the mood board. Like I mentioned just like 2 seconds ago, I had that mood board video kind of explaining the breakdown different mood boards and which ones you would kind of create based off the job you would get booked for, right? But also I wanted to talk about like mood board and researching. So this is the first and basically the main critical step of producing your own photo shoot. I wanted to explain to y'all like doing the research is like super important, because if you're like a lot of people don't do this. I notice just with working with people and like seeing how people's shoots come out and whatnot, like there's not a lot of in-depth research. Like it's more so just being inspired by other fashion. But me personally, I like to pull, and I was taught to pull research from different things like movies and history and like actual runway and just random things like deep depth culture, and even some movie girl like research and see what was the inspiration behind the movie or the music video, see what the director was thinking, and try to like find as much research as possible, because that will help you pull the like best pieces. Step two is finding your team. Finding your team is so like it's gonna take the most time. Yeah, finding your team is gonna definitely take the most time, but it's all right. So if you're the stylist and you're looking for a photographer, I would recommend, first of all, finding someone that's going to fit your concept. Like you're doing something more dark, or you want to do like a night shoot, you need to find someone who can actually shoot at night and they have the equipment, or they're going to be able to get the type of lighting that you're going to need for that, all that stuff. If they shoot, like if you want like a film look, but then you get a photographer who only knows how to shoot digital, or they don't really edit like that, you never seen them do nothing like that, why are you going to ask them? Why would you ask them? Like unless it's like your friend or something, somebody you're like cool with. I just feel like, why? This is my thing that I learned in the long haul. Like I was asking the most out of photographers, and it's like, and then I'll be upset, I'll be the one mad. Like I can't like you can't get mad, sis. Finding someone who's one, willing to test, and two, is gonna fit your mood board and like fit the mood that you're overall going for. One thing that I was taught was to kind of create like a lighting board. So if you want a certain type of lighting, like whether it's like really warm or like really starky or like flashy, whatever you want to go for, I think just having a lighting board that has all similar lighting. Now make sure you know that they look alike, and you put the pictures and make sure they all looking alike with lighting, so that's not confusing. But yeah, having that lighting board could help a lot of photographers. Some photographers don't really care, they can like get it off of you telling them, but some of them need a little bit more of an example, like a visual example. And for the stylist, vice versa, same thing, finding a stylist who is one, obviously all your team, make sure they're willing to test. To make sure that they can pull off the concepts that you're trying to go for. With the stylist, like just seeing like what type of styling they're into, seeing what's their like how do you say, what's their aesthetic. Like some stylists like to do like more crazy glamorous things, like other stylists like more simple but also like high-end editorial but real luxury feeling. That's more me these days. But yeah, like just see what, you know, what they're doing and what's their style and their aesthetic, because that also like puts in a big factor into, like, you know, what they were willing to do. And also find a stylist who is, like, you know, willing to like really pull your concept together, because obviously the clothes and stuff and the model and like all of that, those details that are actually in the photo, they really matter, and like how they look. Finding your makeup and hair artist, same thing as the photographer, making that board for them and saying like, look, this is what I want. I know these days like the crazy hairstyles and like braids twisting and going around in spirals and, you know, like all that crazy hair is like super in today. So, you know, I would find, like, if you were trying to do all that, I would find a separate hair and makeup artist. But usually with, like, especially with COVID now, I usually just like for the makeup artist to also know how to do hair, or vice versa. So just because it's like one person like doing it, and less people on set now with COVID and stuff. But yeah, so it just depends on your situation. Weigh it out, sis. Like if you know, like, all right, like I want to do like this crazy hairstyle that's gonna take like an hour and a half, and then she gotta go to makeup and all that stuff. So take all of this into consideration. Just even ask them like, hey, I'm doing this test shoot, this is the mood board, and this is the hairstyle I'm going for. I know it's a little more advanced, but do you think you'll be able to like pull it off or pull something similar off for a test shoot? If so, like that's basically the type of message I would send, like the wording. And I would just be straight up front with them, like I really need this hairstyle to really pull the concept together. So if you can execute it or execute something similar, that would be awesome. Like, and I would love to have you on the team. Boom, that's all you need to say. And then for your model, this is a little bit, I'm gonna just breeze over it, but because I'm gonna make a separate video about it. But basically figure out if you want to pull a model. I'm sounding like they're closed. But if you want to book a model through like an agency, usually you would always kind of go for the new faces. But like a more established model, usually can't ask them unless you really know them personally or they're actually looking to test. But I don't know, like you really have to have the connections to work with someone a little bit more established. One thing I like to do is just research like aspiring models or like unsigned models that are like in my area, and book directly to them. Usually they have like more of like, you know, a cooler look. You can do more with them sometimes because the agency, there's a little bit more rules sometimes. But yeah, so, and also making sure your mood board kind of reflects you know, how the model would somewhat look, so that they know what they're getting themselves into with agent or without agent. Just because you don't want to like have some, you know, showing up and you're like, oh, I need you to smoke a cigarette. Like, girl, I don't even smoke. Like, you know, that's like, how you gonna ask someone to do that? Like, you know what I'm saying, just for a photo. So no. The step 3 is gonna be the shopping and pulling clothes. This is from a stylist perspective. I don't really know what photographers do to get ready. I mean, you probably need to like make sure you have the right equipment and like maybe start renting tools and like renting like lighting and things like that, and making sure you have everything. If you're shooting film, making sure you get your film, I guess. Girl, I don't know, but for a stylist, a little bit more in depth. So like if you're styling, making sure you are starting the pulls. Usually this process for me, I would spend 2 weeks doing all of this. So about the time I'm sending out letters to my team and trying to book my team and stuff for the test shoot, I'm also sending out letters to like designers and things like that, or like upcoming designers, student designers and things like that, where I can like see if I can pull. I'll start researching online and ordering stuff, you know, getting everything ready, or going into the store and looking. Usually I start to look online and then I'll go into the store and be like, do y'all have this, or do a pickup nowadays. That's always easy. But yeah, it's that pulling and shopping is going to be something like you are going to be doing from the step one, but you know, I just wanted to tell y'all in order. But for me, usually I'm like, all right, I know what I want already. I'm gonna pull this and that. I always pull extra clothes just in case. Sometimes the model sizes aren't like exact, so you want to like take all that into consideration. Take into consideration that like some things just may not fit the right way on a certain body type, and you know, or if you're not feeling something the day of, which I know I do a lot, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this outfit, so I got another one that's a little better. So that's just me. And just bringing extra accessories and things like that, you know, always try to like overbuy. Step 4 would be location scouting. You can team up with your photographer and do this, or not, it's up to you. But yeah, location scouting, you can do this multiple ways. There's peer space, you can do it outside, you can do permits with the city if you know, but if you want to pay, depending on what you want. That usually doesn't take too long, especially if you are going to be like on location or in studio, whichever one, it's up to you. Doesn't take too long. That should take about 2 days, girl, no longer. Step 5 will be the production planning and making your call sheet and making your shot list and things like that. Everybody don't do this for a test shoot. Everybody don't do this. Depending on how big my team is and how big the shoot is going to be, especially if I'm going to be shooting in studio, I'm making all of this stuff just because I want people to realize, like, okay, she's putting this shoot on, she's not playing, okay? We're not like, we ain't got no time to waste, especially if you rent a studio. Like, sis, I don't got no time to waste. I'm like, how long you think this is gonna take to do the makeup so I can like fraction this out for everyone? So I make sure I book the right amount of hours and things like that. Production planning, making your call sheet, making sure you send that out to everyone, and making sure everyone has each other's contacts and the exact address they need to meet. Making sure that you put on there, like, if it's on location, letting them know like what's a safe area to park in. If they need to pay, the call sheet will let them know beforehand. If they don't look at it, that's their fault. You know what I'm saying? That is their business. But making a shot list is basically saying like, okay, here's the outfit, this is like the pose that I kind of want to do with this, gonna go with this hairstyle, this makeup look, these accessories, and boom, and that's what it's gonna look like. Or, you know, or it can be more in depth too, where it can be like, oh, okay, this look is gonna be shot at this location with this pose, hair, makeup, boom, like all of that. So it's all planned out, like every little detail. And when you get on bigger productions and you see the shot list, you're like, so yeah, y'all, I hope this was helpful. I hope I wasn't like speeding over everything too fast. Like I said, there will be upcoming videos where I will go more into depth on these things and actually show you guys how I personally like make all these boards and send out the emails and kind of share with you guys some different wording and things like that. So please subscribe. I really thank y'all for subscribing. Y'all have been slowly climbing up. I appreciate it. And if you aren't following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. My website is here if you guys want to check out some of my personal work that I've done. And I hope to see y'all in the next one. Bye.